I already want to be just surrounded by this yarn. This way. I have some real beef with this. This pattern is, these next two things have changed my knitting game. I just, like rowing a boat. Hello and welcome back to Lovely Day Knits. I hope you're having a super lovely day so far. And if you're new here, I'm Alicia. On this channel we chat all things knitting. There's plenty of knitting podcasts, vlogs and inspiration. Today we're going into a knitting podcast. A long overdue, I feel like, knitting podcast. I feel like it's been a little while. So we might be in for a little bit of a long one today. We'll see how we go. Today we're going to dive into my finished knits, my current knits, my next knit, some new knits that I found and some new knitty related things that I found, and some knitty bits, things that I bought that are knitting related. And we're in this new beautiful setup because this is my new favorite place in the whole entire world, and you just can't get me out of this egg chair. My beautiful parents surprised me with this egg chair because my old rocking chair broke and I had nowhere outside that was swingable to sit, and I just need a good swingable chair. So thank you so much, Mum and Dad, for this beautiful new space, and I've been living out here for the last few weeks. So without further ado, let's get into some finished knits. And the first one I'm super excited about and I'm very proud of because I learned a new skill. This is a very cute little bandana that I made. I really wanted to make a bandana, but I had absolutely no clue on how to do the triangle shape. So I actually took a class on Craftsy, and they are actually the sponsors of today's video. And if you don't know what Craftsy is, let me tell you. Craftsy is an online community and resource where millions of crafters, makers, and DIY enthusiasts find creative inspiration, advance their skills, and learn new ones along the way. Craftsy offers more than 2,000 classes in over 20 different crafty categories. There are categories like crochet, knitting, painting, photography, embroidery, and so many more. These classes are super easy to follow, and they're led by some really friendly, award-winning instructors who provide step-by-step demonstrations. So the class that I actually took to learn how to do this triangular shape was Top-Down Shawls by Jen Lucas, and she is a fantastic instructor. Jen showed super clear step-by-step instructions on how to make this triangular shape, and I was hooked because I learnt so many new skills. Even the cast-on, there was a new to me cast-on method called the garter tab cast on, and the way Jen explained it was just so clear and easy to follow. The actual shape itself was new to me, and I even learned a new bind off method as well. So I highly recommend that class. But the best news is that the first 1,000 of you to click the link in the description box below will get a full year of premium access to Craftsy for only $1.49. So thank you so much to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. This is just so cute, and I think it only took like 20 grams or 30 grams of some scrap yarn that I had laying around, but I think I did make it a little bit too small for myself, so this will probably be going to one of my beautiful nieces if they like wearing bandanas. But I think I might embroider some little flowers on it first to make it a little bit more cute. So another finished knit that I'm so excited about is the one I'm wearing. This is the Gleniff tee by the beautiful Tanya. She is known as the Woolbarrow on Instagram, if you haven't already heard of her. Beautiful, amazing, wonderful patterns. She actually just released a new jacket. I think it was like the 1968 jacket, something like that. I'll pop it on the screen here for you. Oh, it is so stunning, and I have to have that in my wardrobe. So I will be making that in the future. Hopefully very soon. I really want it for spring, which is coming up very shortly. It's winter here in Australia, so I'm very excited for some spring. It's warming up a little bit, but this sweater I am so proud of. I absolutely love. It's the perfect fit. It's so cozy and comfortable, yet lightweight and airy, and it's just perfection. That's what it is. It's absolute perfection. So I knitted this. Let me get some details for you because I have forgotten most of the details. I finished this one about 2 weeks ago. Once I finished a knit, if I haven't written it down, I won't remember the process or what even I used. Here we go, some details. I have put all the details on my Ravelry of my version. So when the pattern actually releases, because this was a test knit, by the way, totally forgot to mention that. So when the pattern actually releases, you'll be able to see my Ravelry. It's going to be public, so you can go on there, see all my notes, everything that I've done. I used a 4mm needle. This is done up on 4-ply yarn or fingering weight yarn, and I knit up the size 3, and I have a 90cm bust for those of you who want to know all those personal details. So the yarn that I used was Knitting for Olive, just their merino fingering weight. The white part is marzipan, and then this brown is plum clay. Yes, correct. Plum clay. And I could not be happier with the color combo of this. I was a little worried that the brown was going to be too purple. I think I mentioned that in my last podcast. In the sunlight, it looked super purple when it was just on its own, the yarn on its own, but like knit up with the marzipan, I love it. It's beautiful. It's the perfect shade of brown. It doesn't look purple really at all. It's got like a hint of purple in it, but it definitely looks brown, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I was very, very happy about that. And to wear this yarn is just so beautiful. It is super light because obviously fingering weight, but it keeps you like a little bit warm. It's probably perfect for autumn. It's like the perfect autumn. So those of you going into autumn, then put this on your list because you're gonna need this. Because autumn motifs here, you've got some beautiful flowers going on and some beautiful leaf work, and then you can use some autumnal colors and really make this shine. So if you saw my last podcast, then you saw me freak out about my short rows and my sleeves just not lining up at all. And I was freaking out, and I thought it would be the hardest thing on earth to finish. But the next day after I filmed, I got in contact with Tanya and I was like, this is what I've done. Do you think I could just move these sleeves around? Like, is that actually doable? And she said, yeah, that's totally doable. It's easy to happen. So I didn't feel so bad. So I unraveled to the sleeves. I shifted the sleeves across to match my short row shaping at the back. And then I moved the beginning of round marker to the center back where it needed to be. And from there, it was smooth sailing. It was just a delight from there. I was making a really big deal in my head, like this is gonna be an absolute nightmare to try and fix. And it literally took like half an hour. So I'm pretty happy with that result in the end. It turned out really well. And so the rest of the body just flew off the needles, but we've got this beautiful little colorwork details down the whole entire body. And I just think that is gorgeous. I opted not to put them on the sleeves. You can actually put them all the way down the sleeves. I've seen some of the testers do that and it looks really lovely. There's actually a 4-color option as well. So if you wanted this sweater, but you've got heaps of scraps or you want just a more colorful sweater, there's a 4-color option. I went with the 2-color option because I'm a boring person. Well, not a boring person, a plain person. And that's fine. But there is a 4-color option. If you are super colorful, then 100%, you could totally put your personality right into these motifs. The only slight issue that I have, and nothing to do with the pattern, it was just the bind off method. I've used the Rick bind off method with a lot of my jumpers and like a lot of the knitwears that I've been doing lately, and it's usually super stretchy and really nice. I've been using it mostly with 8-ply yarn or like DK weight yarn, but the last 2 times I've done it with finger weight yarn, it has been really tight and it hasn't given any stretch or anything at all. And that's what I've done for the cuffs of this. So there is like absolutely no stretch in this bind off. And I'm thinking maybe I've just done it like way too tight, but I've done it before and it's been fine. So I don't know, maybe it's just not for 4-ply. If you've had any issues with the Rick bind off, let me know. If not, it's a me issue and I'm okay to admit that because a lot of knitting issues that I have are me issues and not pattern related or bind off method related. It's just a thing, but like this one's slightly more stretchy and then this one's like, there's no giving that at all. So that's the only thing that kind of annoys me about this. So I can just undo it and redo it and be happier with it, but I'm too lazy to do that. honestly, it's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna stick with these tighter cuffs. They fit over my hands and everything, so it's fine. One thing that I really love about this pattern is the more open neckline. So I hate crew necks that like kind of come up and start choking you, like totally exaggerated, but I like a bit more room in the neckline, and I'm really loving this. And I think mine has actually turned out a little bit bigger than most people's, and I'm not sure why that's happened, but I'm really glad it's happened because I actually love that it kind of like droops down like this. Like I can kind of wear it off the shoulder and be like a really cool kid. It's a vibe, I think. I think it's a vibe. Doing the color work itself as well was so fun, and I absolutely love doing color work. It's like my new favorite technique. This pattern is so well written, and it's just the results. They speak for themselves, do they not? And I love the little contrast of the white, the marzipan on the bottom as well. It's perfection in a sweater. That's what it is. So 10 out of 10, would recommend this sweater. Knitting experience, 10 out of 10. Wearable experience, 10 out of 10. Attractive experience, 10 out of 10. You have to knit it for yourself and experience the joy of knitting it like I have. Because I'm filming outside and I live on a farm, I do apologize if you hear the cows in the background or the chickens in the background, but I'm gonna go with it because that's just life out here, and you get to immerse yourself in the country vibes, I suppose, in farm life vibes. This is what I hear all day. Dogs, cows, and chickens. I'm not mad about it. Anyway, my next finished knit is something that I didn't even plan on casting on at all. But it happened and now I finished it, and this is my Loddon sweater. Here she is. She's beautiful and I love it so much. So here's the story with it. Okay, so you know from my last few podcasts that I've been wanting a Loddon sweater, and this is the Loddon sweater that I had started and you've previously seen about twice. And as you can tell, it's not done. And I haven't really touched it very much because I have beef with this. I feel like I've just been in like a boxing match with this. It's like I just want to, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I really wanted to finish this. And from the first podcast, I said I didn't have enough wool. So everyone gave me some beautiful suggestions of how I could go about that. So I was going to do stripes with it. That was the goal. And so I worked a few more hours on it that week, and I was just not enjoying this yarn at all. It was so uncomfortable on my hands and it was just a pain to work with. I don't know what it was. The first few hours was fine. The next few hours was just, I just wanted to throw this across the room and never see it again. That's where I was at with this project. Anyway, I persevered and I ended up with completely wrong numbers to what I needed. So that was one issue. And then I got up to the stripes and I grabbed the ball of yarn that I was going to stripe it with. And I went to start knitting with it, and it was a completely different thickness to this yarn. Now, this yarn said it was 8-ply online, and it was a liar. I'm calling it out, it was a big fat liar because it was definitely not an 8-ply. I compared it to the thickness of my actual 8-ply yarns, and this is at least a 10-ply, if not a 12-ply yarn. Like, it is definitely not a 8-ply DK weight. So what did I do? We're not on speaking terms and I'm not finishing her. It's not happening. I'm probably going to donate that yarn. I will give it to someone, hopefully that will like it. If not, it will end up as a stuffing of some kind. I don't know. If I do a toy, I'll stuff it with that wool because no thank you. I did not want to deal with that. But I really wanted a Loddon sweater, and so I was a little bit devastated. And so what did I do? I took out all my scrap yarns. I had a bunch of this like beige color. I had like a ball of the blue and I had a bit of white. So I was like, I'll just stripe my own Loddon sweater. So I cast it on and I ended up with this, which I'm actually super happy with. I made it a crop version too because I wear high-waisted pants all the time and I just loved crop jumpers. I only actually own one crop jumper and I absolutely love it. So this one is nice and cropped, and I used all my scrap yarns. So girl math, it was free. let's go with that. This pattern was an absolute delight to work on. So much stocking knit, which is exactly what my brain needed at that point in time. Just stocking knit on stocking knit on stocking knit. I didn't want to think that week. And I think I knit this up in like 4 or 5 days, which is crazy, but that's all I was doing for 4 or 5 days, just knitting on my Loddon sweater. The only issue that I had was that I ran out of this white after 2 stripes, which was dumb on my behalf. I should have known that I wasn't going to have enough for all the stripes that I needed because I wanted it to go down the sleeves as well. So my beautiful mother was at Spotlight and she was going to grab me another ball to match in with this, but they weren't selling this color in that brand. So that was annoying, but she found like the closest one ever. You can't even tell the difference. So thanks, Mum. I really enjoy that this has a V-neck, and this was my first time doing this construction, this V-neck construction here, and it was so much easier than I thought it would be, and it just turned out so beautifully. I also learnt a new technique, well, a new bind-off method. It was the tubular cast-off. No? Yes. Why does that sound weird? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that. Yeah, tubular cast-off method. And I love the result of that. Like, it just gives such a good polished finish. Let me show you what I'm talking about if you haven't done it already. So it gives this beautiful finish like this. It's just gorgeous, and it's nice and stretchy, and I think it just looks really good in a rib, and I actually like it better than the Rook bind-off method. So I think I'm going to be doing that from now on. Anyways, this was my surprise finished object. Definitely not in my plan to finish or plan to even start, but I love it, and it is so comfy, and I've actually been reaching for it a lot in this past week or so. Do I have any other finished objects? Oh, I do actually have a finished pair of socks, but I can't show you because they're a test knit and they're like a secret kind of test knit. Oh, hi, I'm coming to you from a few days later after filming this video, and I don't know what was going through my brain about thinking that this was a secret test knit that we weren't supposed to show any progress or the finished object, because I totally can. So I'm actually going to share them with you right now. So these are, and I actually don't know how to pronounce this, and Google had no help for me. So I'm going to say Fiorcini Socks, which are so cute. I absolutely love these, and these are by Beatrix from Fiorcini Knits. So she's done an incredible job at designing these. So we've got a few different things going on here and a few different techniques I haven't actually done before. Let me come and show you a little bit closer. So we've got a beautiful Estonian inlay here, which I've never done before and is actually easier than color work, I'd say. And this beautiful picket edge at the top as well, which I haven't done before and was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. And then the rest of the body is just plain stocking net with some of these pearl rows as well to accentuate the ankle and then the toe. So these are just stunning. I'm absolutely loving these socks, and they fit perfectly. I was very intimidated by the Estonian inlay of these socks, but I was pleasantly surprised because they are honestly easier than color work. It was just a breeze to go through, and the picket edge as well I was a little intimidated by. Super easy. The way that she's written the pattern as well is like super clear and easy to understand, easy to follow. She's got a little video tutorial on the Estonian inlay and the picket edge as well. So if you're a little bit stuck with the written form, which is brilliant by the way, then you've also got a visual aid as well. So 10 out of 10 for pattern writing, 20 out of 10 for the beautiful aesthetic of these socks. I am absolutely in love. And I didn't have to make any modifications to the size or anything. They just fit perfectly as is. I used the Fables Drop sock yarn for these ones in a beige and a brown. Highly recommend this pattern when it comes out. Hopefully it'll be out soon and you can get your hands on this gorgeous design that I am just absolutely in love with. Also, I was editing this video and for some reason my camera decided that my face wasn't something to focus on throughout this entire video. So I do apologize for the out of focusness that the rest of the video may have. I don't know why my camera thought that my face wasn't a face, but you know, we're just gonna look past that today. And we'll go on to the next section. Speaking of test knit socks, let's go to my current knits, which are, if I can find what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, I'm really not an organized human. I started on another pair of socks and they are so lovely. I really love these. So these are a test knit for Ali from Fibre, and she has a podcast actually here on YouTube, which is so worth checking out. I love her videos. And she also has Instagram. This is her first sock design, and I just loved that there was so much texture, and so I just had to join up. And because I needed another pair of socks, obviously. Oh, the name. The name is the Seroto something. So these are the Seroto Socks and they are gorgeous. I love the texture on them. They're super squishy. Let me try and show you the texture. This is what we're looking like. So it's got this beautiful crisscrossy kind of texture on it and makes it nice and squishy. But the only thing that I am dealing with is that the yarn color choice is wrong. It's just, I want to be able to see the texture and really showcase that texture that she's put so much work into for these socks. And that's the real point of these socks, is that beautiful texture that she's put in. I don't want to continue on these because you can't really see the texture in such a dark yarn as this. So what I've done is ordered a lighter, more of a pink. It's called Candy Cane from Bendigo Woolen Mills. It hasn't arrived yet. It should be here in the next few days. So I will be casting on those again and working on those. I'm very excited. They have like a slight color shift all the way through the socks. So I'm very keen to see how they actually work up. And I'm thinking that this lighter color and the pink is going to make this texture pop so much more. I'm loving Ali's writing style. I just think it's beautiful. The layout of it is just immaculate and I was really enjoying these. That pattern repeat is super easy to memorize. She's got it charted as well as written, and I just think it's absolutely a brilliant design, and I can't wait for it to be fully grown because it's already feeling really squishy. So keep an eye out for those ones. Speaking of socks, this one I'm very devastated about. You've seen it in my last podcast, but yes, I'm very upset about these ones. These are my Cat Love socks by the beautiful Anya. She is known as the Wool Garden on Instagram, and these Cat Love socks you have seen last podcast. And the issue is, let me show you the issue. This is the issue right here. So I get to about here. So I get to about there, and then I can't put them on any more than that. So that's the issue we have. And I've had so many great suggestions. Thank you so much to everyone who commented on my last podcast and told me all the beautiful suggestions on how to fix this mistake. Now, I think my main issue is that I didn't actually measure my foot correctly, and I've ended up with the wrong size because this is a 54 stitch sock, I believe. The last 2 pairs of socks that I've done have been 64 stitches. And they have fit. This one, for some reason, I decided to go down a size. So I think that's the main issue there. But I've had some beautiful suggestions on when you're actually doing colorwork socks, that the floats can be quite tight, and a lot of people actually have this issue. So let me share those with you in case you're also dealing with this little sock debacle. The biggest suggestion was to go up a needle size for the colorwork section. Sorry if you hear rain. I'm just gonna keep going. So the other really cool suggestion was to turn them inside out while you're doing the colorwork, and this will help with the floats apparently. So that's what I'm gonna do for whenever I cast on next. I have to get a few test knits out of the way and then I will start on this one again. Actually, if you are after this pattern or wanting this pattern, Anya is such a beautiful human, and for every sale at the moment, she's actually donating these proceeds to a beautiful animal shelter near her. I'll add some more information on the screen here because I don't want to get it wrong. If you want to buy these socks, then now is a perfect time if you want to help support these animals as well, because they're actually struggling a lot with a lot of the animals and things that are in there, so they need a lot of funding and a lot of love. So definitely now is the perfect time to buy, to support these beautiful animals. Next podcast, probably not next podcast, probably the podcast after, I will hopefully have some cat love socks on my feet that fit. Speaking of another whip that is unfinished and from my last podcast, this is the Holly Romper by Knitting for Olive, and it's a baby knit that I am doing for my cousin who has given birth a few weeks ago now, and it's had absolutely nothing done on it because, well, that's a lie. It's had about 20 to 30 stitches done on it because it unpulled off the needle and I had to try and fix it. And how do you fix an all over lace pattern? If you can fix lace that has unpulled itself from like 10 rows below, then you are an absolute amazing human genius. You should win awards because that is hard. I winged it really hard and it definitely doesn't look the same, but it works. And most people won't notice, so I'm just gonna go with it. But I have not had the brain capacity for all over lace for the last couple of weeks, so it has not been touched. It is on one of my priority lists to get done because I really want to gift it to her for spring, and we've got less than a month left, so this I need to get done this month. So a super exciting and unexpected whip that I've got right now actually is this beauty. This one right here. This is called the J Top, and this is by Stefania from Althea Handmade on Instagram, and she's actually gifted me this pattern, which was just such a delight and such a pleasure. So thank you so much, Stefania, for this beautiful pattern. I wasn't planning on casting it on so soon, but I was just really excited to work on, well, A, a stocking knit stitch, and B, this pattern, because I really needed a tank top in my wardrobe. I don't actually own a tank top. That's a lie. I do own the Sailor Swift top, but I don't own just a plain tank top. And yeah, Stefania reached out to me and she's like, oh, can I gift you this? And I was like, yes, thank you so much, so lovely of you. So I've been working on this, and can I just say that this pattern is absolute perfection. If you want to talk about a pattern that holds your hand through every step, then this is the pattern that does that. It is so well written. I have not second guessed anything in this pattern at all. It is just like there are checkpoints after every section to show you how many stitches that you need in each section. And it is just a delight to read, and it is a delight to knit up because it's just so well written. So like, fabulous job on that, Stefania. Absolutely fabulous job. And the knit itself is just so well constructed. Like there are some beautiful German short rows through the back, even some German short rows over the shoulders. It's just beautiful, and I am absolutely loving it. And I got so addicted to it. I just haven't been able to put it down. And I actually need to put it down because I've got to do a test knit, but I just don't want to. So this is going to be of a night time. I think when I'm switching off, I'm going to be working on this. I've only just got to do the rest of the body, and I'm going to do the crop version. There's like a longer version and a cropped version, and then pick up for the neckline and do the armholes, and we'll be done. This is like 2 days worth of, well, a day and a half kind of worth of work. It's just whipped up so quickly. It's on 8-ply yarn. I'm just using some cotton yarn from Spotlight that actually my mum bought, and she didn't want it because it wasn't in her color. And I haven't worked with cotton yarn in a little while, and I forgot how much I love working with cotton yarn. It is, I find it an absolute delight to work with. I know a lot of people don't like it and they find it hard on their hands, or any plant-based yarn hard on their hands, but I love working with cotton yarn. And I also find that with cotton, my tension is so much more even than natural yarn. I don't know why that is, but for some reason my tension on this is just so much better. So I'm super happy with this, and I'm very excited to finish this off. I'm thinking that I might Might get it done this week. We'll see. I do have to start on the test knit for the socks and a test knit for a sweater that I'm so excited for, and that's my next width actually. So let me pop this away. I honestly don't have much to show you with this one. I've literally just casted it on right before I filmed this video. That's just a cast on edge because I'm a silly human and I read the pattern wrong. The first two lines I was there just trying to work out the first two lines for so long. And I was going back and forth, and because it was a test knit, I was like, oh, maybe it's just like written wrong. It was just my brain just could not compute what was going on. I redid the cast on and the first line about 5 or 6 times because I just kept reading it wrong and reading it wrong and reading it wrong and reading it wrong. So eventually I figured out what I was doing wrong, and it's going to be a breeze from here on out. But I have done a swatch to show you because I am in love with this design. I'm in love with this yarn and I'm in love with this color. Everything about this knit I already love, and I've really just cast it on. So let me show you the little swatch that I've got. Oh no, first let me tell you what it is. So I am test knitting the Lavender Haze V-neck sweater by Knits by Pia, and I am so excited. When I saw this online, I just the most beautiful all over cable sweater. Okay, now I'll show you the swatch. So this is the beautiful swatch. I'm doing this in a tweed yarn and it's just working up so beautifully. I'm using Bendigo Woolen Mills because it is so cheap and it is beautiful quality yarn. This is their rustic tweed in the color Driftwood, and I love this yarn so much. This is going to be so soft next to skin. I already want to be just surrounded by this yarn. I want to wear it already. It is so soft. I bought the classic before and I haven't actually knit with the classic. It's more rough than this, which I thought would be the opposite. I thought the tweed to me in my head just sounded like it would be really rough and very rustic, but it is actually so soft and so lovely to work with. I am just knitting up the swatch was an absolute delight. So this pattern calls for a 10-ply yarn, and I wasn't planning on buying any more yarn. I have plenty of Bendigo 8-ply yarn in my stash, and that's what I was going to use, and I was just going to get some mohair to go with it. But pricing it up, I priced up some mohair, and it was going to be significantly more expensive to get some matching mohair to go with my 8-ply than it was to just go and buy 5 balls of this 10-ply yarn from Bendigo Woolen Mills. So obviously I just went with the 10-ply yarn because I like saving money where I can. And it was a really good excuse to try out their rustic tweed, and I'm so excited with it. It's got some beautiful like orange and darker flecks through it as well. So for this sweater there is a couple different options. There is a crew neck option, there's a V-neck option, and then there's a really deep V-neck option as well. And you can also do this in a vest version, which is so nice as well. I have opted to do the V-neck version because that's just my preferred fit and preferred wear is that V-neck. And I was very happy that my gauge swatch actually was the right stitch count and everything first try, which never happens. That made me very happy. Let's talk about my next knits. This will be my next knit. This is my main focus for the next few weeks, and then I will also be focusing on the Seroto Socks as well. I also do actually have another test knit as well. I've done so many test knits the last few months and I'm absolutely loving it. So my next knit is going to be, she actually hasn't given it a name, but it is going to be a cute little tank top. I'll pop a photo of what she's got on Instagram on the side here. But it's also by Stefania Althea Handmade, which I'm knitting the J-top for right now. But she's doing a test knit and this beautiful little spaghetti strap top, and it looks delightful to knit up, and so I'm very excited for that. And I've just ordered some yarn for it because I wanted to try some Skein yarn. I haven't actually gone and picked it up yet, so we're gonna have to wait until next podcast to show you, but I'll pop a photo of on the screen of what I've ordered for it. It is green, which I don't own a lot of green clothes, but I just fell in love with this colorway from Skein yarn. It's like a blend of merino, linen, and silk, I believe. And Stefania said that her sample, she did the extra small and it only took 80 grams. So I'm gonna do the size small. So I'm thinking about 100 grams. So hopefully I can get away with just one skein of yarn. We'll see how that goes. But in the green, I'm hoping it suits me. This color is called Sushi, and who doesn't love sushi? So we'll see how this color goes on me. I'm really hoping for the best. So those three will be my main next knit. We'll see how many I finish before the next podcast. I'm hoping to do the podcast in 3 weeks time opposed to 4 weeks time, because there's just too much to catch up on otherwise. Okay, on to some knitty bits or knitty buys. I didn't actually buy these. I got gifted some things. And can I just tell you that these next two things that I'm about to show you have changed my knitting game. And I'm not overstating that. I actually mean that my knitting game has just been changed because I am so in love with these next things. Anyways, let me show you. I've got, I don't know which one to show you first. I'll show you this one first. This is a project bag. I know. A project bag. I can't believe it. I've got wool coming out of it. Let me deal with that first. Okay, so this was handmade and so kindly gifted to me by one of you beautiful viewers. Her name is Leah, and she is, I'm just in love. I'm just so in love with everything about this project bag. From the color. This color is just the most perfect green ever. It's in this beautiful like kind of corduroy, and it's got cushioning in it as well, so it's like super soft. And then on the inside, let me come close and let me show you the inside of this. I've got a little bit of yarn in here. You need to appreciate the amount of effort that went into this. Let me see if I can focus it. So we've got these beautiful pockets in the most beautiful flower design. There's 3 pockets in here, which I have been using non-stop. They are just absolutely amazing. The details in this, she's put the cutest little yarn charm in here as well, which just attention to detail. It literally looks like it's store-bought. And then we've got these drawstrings that go foot, and then you've got yourself the most beautiful bag. It's also got a little handle here as well, and you can just, you know, walk around with your bag on your hand, and I just think this is the most genius design. Leah does not actually sell these, she just makes them for family and friends, and so that was just extra special that she would just make this for me and send it to me, and just because. I cannot say thank you enough, Leah, for this beautiful gift, and I'm just so grateful because I didn't actually own a project bag before this, and so this is so precious to me, and I instantly started using it. As you can tell, it's got my J top in it. So I've just been missing out on project bags. Now I know what all the hype is about and why people have so many project bags, because they are so handy and they're so much better than using like my shopping bags that I was using or my random shoe bag that I was using for so long. I love the pockets in this as well because I can keep my stitch markers, and I keep a pair of scissors in there and my tape measure, because before they were just here, there and everywhere, and it was frustrating me so much just to not know where they were. So this has just been an absolute amazing gift, and I've been using it every single day and I've been loving it so much. Speaking of project bags, and I'm so excited for this, so excited for this, because I got gifted another project bag, and I'm a little overwhelmed by how beautiful people are. Let me show you this beautiful project bag that I've got. Now this one, look at it, it's got cats on it. Like, let me just showcase this to you because it is so stinking cute, and I am obsessed with this so much. It's even got like a stripy yellow cat on the side here as well. Before I get carried away, no, let me just showcase this to you a little bit more because the cats on here are just so cute. And this was kindly gifted to me by Kaz from Podge Skeins, and I'm so grateful. I am beyond grateful. This is holding my Bendigo Woolen Mills yarn, and this will be my project bag for the Lavender Haze sweater. And look at that. She's got drawstrings too. I'm so sorry about the noise of the rain. We're just gonna go ahead anyways because I got to get this done today. But this is such a beautiful, beautiful project bag, and it is quite large as well. So this is going to be perfect for my all over cable sweater, and I'm already put it to use. It's already got the big skeins, the 200 gram skeins of Bendigo in there. And there's so much room. So just to preface, Kaz just gave these to me, and she didn't ask for like any recognition or anything online. She just wanted to gift them to me. So she's just a beautiful human. But anyways, she also gifted me the most beautiful hand-dyed yarn you've ever seen, and so soft. Let me show you these 3 beautiful skeins. Oh, I'm so obsessed with these colors. So let me show you. We've got 3 different colors here. Just how gorgeous are these colors? I don't think you could get any more perfect colors than these. And I love this blue one. This is called, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's what it's called. Celestite. I don't know how to pronounce that. But look at that beautiful color. Like, that is absolutely stunning. And then we've got this one. This is Sunstone. And oh my goodness, it's this gorgeous pinks all the way through this beautiful light pink skein. I am so excited to work this up. And then Brumby, this one really caught my eye on her website. It is just this gorgeous, like, browny, orangey, very warm kind of color. And also this little stitch mark she's popped in there as well, which is just so adorable and very Christmassy. So I'm very excited to use that. Also, you know, just to add in a little extra something, she also put in, where is it? She's also put in this beautiful handmade wool wash soap, and I'm very excited to use this in my next project when I'm blocking my next project and washing all my woolly garments. So this is kind of like really making me want to just wash some of my wool garments because I just think this is so cute. Thank you so much, Kaz. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless by your kindness. So thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, definitely make sure you check out Hodgepodge Skeins. I will link her below because honestly, her yarn is just so stunning, and I've already got my eye on a few more of those skeins as well, especially for summer coming up. So that will be gorgeous. And this bag is just... And I'm so excited because I've got 2 different sizes now. So this is like perfect because I've got my JT in this. And then this is like perfect for all my jumpers and things. So I just wanted to share some new knitty things with you. So for this section, I feel like I'm going to put this in my podcast from now on. I always find new beautiful patterns or designers or Instagram channels or YouTube channels, and I want to share them with you. So today in our new knits, I wanted to highlight a top and a YouTube channel for you. So there's this beautiful top that I found on Instagram, and I just love the construction of it, and it's just a little bit different. I just wanted to share it with you. Called the Accordion top, and it's by Mingbi Lu is her name, and then her Instagram handle, I'll link it below for you. But it's called the Accordion top, and I just loved this so much. I just thought it was so different, like a different construction. The look of it's so different, like the texture of it's different. And I love the V-neck on it. I love how loose it is, and then it's got like a little band at the bottom as well. It's just different, and I just had to share it with you. So you're welcome. The Accordion top is now in your life and probably in your library. And I wanted to share a YouTube channel that I've been watching for the last few weeks. It's a new to me YouTube channel, and her name is Rachelle. her YouTube channel. I really love her style, and she's just really easy to listen to, and I've just really been enjoying her content lately. So if you haven't already checked her out, I'll make sure to link her in the description box below, so you can just like go and check her out as well, because yeah, I'm just really loving listening to her. She's really easy to listen to, and I just love it when I find a good new podcast, and I'm sure you guys do too. So there's some new knitty things for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on today's episode. If you want to join in on the knitting family here at Lovely Day Knits, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, and you'll see plenty more knitting podcasts, vlogs and inspiration. Feel free to come and join me over on Instagram as well. I am Lovely Day Knits over there. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.